Well, I don't know about you, but when I was starting out, in my career, man, I was running around my head of my butt most of the time. I had no idea what the hell was I doing, and I had no credentials. I mean, when I started in life, man, I was thrown out of high school. Yeah, actually, that was for grades, but I was thrown out of classes most of the time, too, for just screwing around. I mean, it wasn't malicious stuff or whatever. And I barely got into college somewhere and just snuck on that through and got a degree by the skin of my teeth, and then went to Vietnam because of the draft and all that kind of stuff. Then I came back, man, and I thought I needed all this stuff and I was going to conquer the world and be so successful. So I went and got an MBA. Man, that's when I first studied, first time in my life. Then I was starting businesses, man, and they were failing. Everything I started was failing. I even had a computer software company, got my MBA in computers, and that failed. It's amazing, everything I was failing. And I couldn't do anything right. And that's when I realized, man, something has to change. You can't be doing the same thing in life and expect to get different results. Then I started realizing, God, I was trying to do things like everybody said. My professors, the people who taught me how to start businesses in MBA school, the experts, the seminars I went to, and the media, even family and friends, trying to do it like everybody told me to do. And it wasn't working. So that's why I said, man, I gotta change. And that's when I start thinking more philosophical, not just on tricks and techniques and stuff like that. No, big picture items, how to look at things differently. Then that's when I started seeing opportunities that I never saw before. And that's when the magic happened. And that's what I want to share with you in this video, man. Because it's how you see things. It's not, showing you one website and things like that. Maybe that's a part of it or whatever. But until you realize that you're more powerful than you think you are, and it all comes not maybe everything, but so much comes from the inside. And you got to use that inside and look at things differently. So you see opportunities, that other people aren't seeing. And that's what these 33 videos are all about. These little short videos, 2-3 minutes or whatever a piece, maybe 4 or 5 at the most, that talk about things, things like that, how to think outside the box kind of thing, but really, completely outside the box, and things that people aren't telling you, like don't be afraid of anything. That's the first video. Look at that one if you don't look at anything at all. And that's so important. Or how to stop getting screwed in life, right? None of us want to do that. Or what do you do when everybody calls you a liar? So what do you do when everybody thinks you're full of baloney? Or here, the best advice an expert can give you is, I ain't got no idea, because we're all guessing. And that's why we run to these experts, and that's why I discuss all these kinds of things in each of the video. Or 3 things to do when life ain't working for you. Or 7 things not to do when you're looking for a grant or any kind of free money. Or why the government is a pain in the ass, but how to use it. Or here's why it's so hard to get a job or start a business in today's economy. Or getting an easy job is dumb. Easy is dumb. Or forget Black Friday. I'll show you the best bargain present ever. Or you ain't doing shit in life unless you have failures. Or how's it? If you're gonna make it here in the USA, you have to learn about Shanghai. And this is my comment on that. I spent a week or 2 over there. Unique, meaningful, and bargain price gifts for loved ones are now available anywhere, anytime, and I'll show you about that. Don't trust a grand salesman on the web. Go to free seminars that experts will teach you that and won't sell you anything. And how your bitching and moaning and complaining can help the world and make you money. Or in the new economy, experts are ripping you off and also making you sick. Or why starting your own business now is becoming more important than ever before. Or what the hell is taking you so long to take advantage of free money from the government and the internet? Huh? Tell me that. But I'll show you probably what to do with that. Or you have to keep fucking up in life. Now, that's what life is about. So don't worry. Or here's another one. I think, assholes deserve to be treated fairly too. They're my 2 curse words in 2 videos. How to live a life that fills your heart and your wallet. Or acting professional is just an excuse to screw you. That's what I think everybody does with it. Or spending a career only trying to make money is like having a relationship only for sex. So be careful what you're doing. You'll never find the perfect job. You have to make one. Or why dads should give back their Father's Day gifts. Or this study shows that going to Harvard ain't worth it at all. Or here's why having goals are dumb. That's dumb. Or why you should enjoy the bad times too. Bad is very important in life, and we sort of steer away from it. If you're afraid a business will fail, then you're never going to get married, because more marriages fail than businesses. If your job is like an arranged marriage, so many jobs are like that. You're there for convenience and you really don't love each other or whatever. What the hell do you do? It's a long goddamn day. Here's why you hate going to work in the morning. Okay, here's another one. Fun is the best way to increase your chance of success in life. Or millionaires come from people who start their own small businesses. That's what the data show. And here's the last one. I'm just sitting here failing all day. What the hell are you doing? And these videos, you can watch one at a time, or just when you want to have shake your brain up a little bit. Man, I don't know the answer to everything. I'm struggling like everybody else. But I know that to find any opportunity that's around, you can't be thinking in that old paradigm that everybody else does. Believe what the professors tell you. Believe what the media tells you. We know better than that, but it's hard to be encouraged to think that way. And that's what these videos are there for. So you can get the whole book by going to letsgovideoebook.com. And it's there with my other video ebooks. The price is next to nothing. So just enjoy it and try to give as much as you can in life. That's what it's all about. Now, the best advice an expert could give you is that they have no idea what the answer is. Right, they're all guessing. No one can know. See, the only thing they can really tell you is like what happened yesterday or what worked yesterday. But that's not going to work anymore, is it? Or they could tell you what somebody else did, but that's not going to work for you either. That's the way the world is. And it's too bad because, what you really have to realize is that whatever you're doing now, if it's not working, you gotta change it because it's not gonna, the world is not gonna change. The world has changed around you, so you have to change what you're doing. The other thing you have to realize that you can't throw money at a problem. If you keep throwing money at a problem, the only thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna go broke because the problem will still be there. And the third thing you gotta realize is that doing nothing is the worst thing that could happen. Because doing nothing leads to nothing. So nothing's going to change if you're doing nothing. Now what I want to do is show you like new ways to do things in life. Because there are so many new ways. There's non-traditional ways of getting the job done or solving a problem or achieving your goals in life. And they don't cost money. So how to achieve your goals without costing any money. And that's why you want to turn into letsgofreeradio.com every week. And I'll show you stuff like that to get done. Okay, there's an important study that came out this week. I think it's really important. Education is so important in our society, and the cost is going through the roof, and it's stopping people from really getting the education they need. And what this study says is something I've really never seen so definitive before in all the data that's come out about the value of college. And this says that, it's stupid to go to Harvard, or any high-class, high-paying or high-cost school. I mean, it doesn't pay to go to Harvard. It's not worth it. And this study is quite comprehensive. It studied like 30,000 college graduates from 1959 to present, and it evaluated their life after they went to college. Now, how good their life was, and not only money, but evaluate how much money they make, how's their social well-being, as they call it, their purpose well-being. Are they doing something worthwhile in life? Their community well-being, and even their physical well-being. So it really judges the whole person, their outcome, in life, how well they did in life, and they matched it up with what kind of college they went to. And the most amazing thing, I mean, you do just as well in life if you went to Harvard or if you went to Podunk U out in the middle of nowhere. So that means you could be saving yourself $100,000 and having the same outcome in life. And the other thing it shows is that debt, the higher you have debt from college, the worse your life is. I mean, that's amazing, because so many people are going into debt to get a college degree because they think that it's important. And this data shows absolutely. Look at these statistics here. Well, first of all, the name of the study. You want to Google it, get the facts. Don't trust one huckster like me telling you about this. You could find out about all the details of this study by just Googling Great Jobs, Great Life. And it's a study 2014 by Gallup and Purdue University. Great Jobs, Great Life. Okay, here's the two basic graphs in here. You see all graduates, thriving well-being. Okay, they're the most, you have the most successful life or not in all these categories. And for all graduates, it's like 11%. That's how many have a perfect life in every category. So 11%. But it's the same for public school. It's the same for a private not-for-profit school, like Harvard and things like that. So whether you go to a public university or you go to Harvard, it's the same success rate. I mean, that's what's amazing. If you go to a very selective public school or a very selective private school, it's almost the same. But even if you go to one of the best schools in the country, ranked by U.S. World Report, it's the same. It doesn't matter. That's right. Except there's one exception, and that's private for-profit universities. The universities that are private companies, and there's a lot of them on the New York Stock Exchange making a lot of money out of this. And if you go to one of them, you have a lousier life outcome versus all the other universities. And that's significant to me, because they're making a lot of money because they're making you get a loan to go to their school. They make 80–90% of all their money come from government subsidized money. So that's why it's important, I think, to know the data. It's so we chase things, we don't know why we're chasing them, in our lives, because somebody else says it's cool, and so we want to be part of the cool kids or whatever. But when you get the data and you see the people who go to these places have no more success in life than people who don't, man, I mean, and this is data of 30,000 people. So that's very important. Now here's the other thing, the debt. Now look at this graph. Okay, how successful are you? Or you're depending on how much debt you have, what is your well-being for that? Okay, if you have no debt from college, you have a more successful overall life in everything. That means your social life, your financial life, your physical life, how healthy you are, all these kinds of things. I mean, these people work like hell doing this study. With no debt. The higher debt you have, the less success you have in your life after college. I mean, to me, the phenomenal statistics, and I'm sure there's some flaws in the data or everything, and you can find outliers and stuff like that. But other data I've seen before sort of match up. There was a wonderful study done a few years back about the income from going to a prestigious university. And you can't just take everybody who went to Harvard, what's their income is 10 years later, and everyone go to Podunk University, what their income is, because they're different people, right? But what they did a study on the people who accepted to Harvard and Podunk, but they went to Podunk instead. So they could have gone either. And those people had the same income after, like 10, 15, 20 years or whatever, after going to Podunk when they were accepted in Harvard. So, I mean, that is pretty telling. That's why, I mean, it seems to me education is so important in our society, and we're putting people in debt, and putting people in debt that go into places that aren't worth it, is the most important thing. So what to do, I think, if you're thinking about more higher education, you do. I mean, I think about it even myself all the time at my age. I gotta live another 20 years. I want to be prepared. So the first thing you do, I think there's three things you should think about. One is, don't go to a for-profit college. This data really proves that. Okay, so that's one you strike that off the list. Next is you sacrifice as much as you can and all the other requirements in life, so you don't have that college debt, whatever it is. You're going to get a part-time job, you're going to do, you want to stay around away from that college debt because that's going to hurt you for the rest of your life. Okay, the third thing I think you must do is before you go, if you want to go to Harvard or whatever the university it is, first check your local community college. Because they have so many great programs, either a 2-year program, 1-year program. The tuition is only $1,000. You don't have to pay $50,000. So maybe you spend 2 years there, and then go somewhere else, to somewhere that has the real thing you need, and you get all the those junky courses you got to take out of the way at no cost. Or there's other things. You get a 2-year course, and then start a job at $50,000, and that could cost you nothing because they have money to pay for that. Things like that. Or maybe you can take just a 3-month course. And start a whole new career on a technical career that's really in demand. It only takes a few months. That's why those community colleges, I think, are the first place to touch base, no matter what you're thinking about for the first time you got in higher education, or even going back to higher education. And you could look at this website, AACC, American Association of Community Colleges, .nche.edu. That's aacc.nche.edu, right? Education is important, but it's not worth ruining your life to get it.